Hey guys, welcome back to Umineko, and we're going to be starting episode 4, the final episode of this Umineko game. I got some news, guys. I'm on Steam recently. They announced chapter 4 to Higurashi. So, yeah, I believe that comes out about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. Comes out sometime mid October, I think. I didn't really exactly look at the exact date, but it comes out in October. And, yeah, I can't wait for to start chapter 4 of that. It's going to be very nice to get back into the Higurashi series. And eventually we might get another Umineko game at some point, hopefully. So I believe episode 3 was the longest one yet. I don't know if this will be as long or not, if it'll be shorter or what. I don't know. Waha, you alright, Battlecon? We're already on the ground. You can't fall any further than that. Waha. Ooh, ha ha ha, fa fa, ha ha ha. In the lobby of the Najima airport, Mariah dashed around in excitement. Battler's uproar on the plane must have been hilarious. Hey, Mariah, cut that out. I'm sorry, Battlecon. Please don't take it badly. What a pathetic guy you are. Even with that huge body, you still can't handle vehicles. Oh, shut up. All humans have one or two things they can't handle. Battlecon, why don't you come here with your aunt on an overseas trip sometime soon? How about Europe? I'm sure you can manage a half-a-day trip on a plane. Stop it, Mother. Battlecon dislikes vehicles for it's probably genetic. Oh, you mean Asumu-san? For some reason, she just couldn't handle vehicles. Pretty much anything other than a bicycle or a car. Whenever we tried to go far away, that one was so annoying with it. Not this, not that. I'm scared. Fog, yeah. Children tend to learn that things with their parents can't handle are dangerous. I'm sure Battlecon saw Asumu-san doing something like that and learned that vehicles are scary. Hee hee. So it's Asumu-san's genes then, is it? Who knows? Those would be so pretty annoying genes. I'm not saying I'll talk about Sumo right now. You're the one who's here, right? You're right, sorry. Hey, the car's here. Exactly 3 of them. Get in, get in. Fall. Where's the parachute? He giggle. Why, you little... Hold on, stop right there. I'll sentence you to the little girl tickle punishment. He. Being in high spirits is such a wonderful thing. Without bad luck, interaction and atmosphere in that plane would have been pretty grim. Thanks, I'll assume you mean that literally. Hey, brats, taxis are here. You could play around later. Ooh, taxi, I'm gonna get in first. Hee. Hey, you, Mariah, you and two Battler, stop fooling around. You'll bump into someone. The tone of Aunt Rosa's voice grew a little frightening. When even Battler realized they were fooling around a bit too much, just as expected, he bumped into someone. Oh, sorry. Battler, you guys are always in that. You're going in that car, you're going to keep them waiting. After George urged him to hurry on, Battler apologized to the person he had bumped into and ran into his parents, who were telling him to come quickly. With clunking sound, the doors on the 2 taxis were shut one after another, and they departed for the harbor. As their taxis dashed away, the entire world grew suddenly dull, and he slowed into a halt. Uh-oh. I'm gonna move my mic over here, guys. So sorry if you guys hear any noise or anything. Voices, wind, and even sound. All of it stopped, and all the people who were trying to move froze. Like the instant someone took a photo. Takes a photo, coming to a halt. People and machines and cloud hands were even the stands in the wind were frozen. Some people who were walking froze with one leg still in the air. Scraps of paper dancing in the wind were pinned in midair, frozen in place. Then among the shadows standing still in this unmoving world was a single one stirred. And it was a girl. The girl Battler had just bumped into. Though she had moved, it was truly a simple thing. Her gaze dropped to her shoulders, lowered a minuscule amount, and she sighed. That was all. In a normal world, that probably wouldn't even be taken as a movement. But in this still world, it looked very out of place. And again, something else moved. There was a black cat wandering around. Blah, 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 came up behind the girl and leisurely changed its form into that of a human. Oh yeah, that Rika-looking chick. This was an old cat. It was a witch. Of course, that girl was also a witch. As the witch stood there still, her gaze still downward, she muttered, I can't stop it running from whenever Kojima, can I? You cannot. On October 4th, 1996, you are not here. If I were, would stopping everyone really be impossible? Well, I can't imagine what a 6-year-old girl who could do to make them turn back. Still, that's right. If you were in this place, the probability wouldn't have been zero. Whenever there's a probability greater than zero, I could seek out a miracle. If I had been sick and they hadn't left me behind, with their head facing downwards, the witch tightened her fists. They were trembling very slightly. I was sick in bed starting October 3rd, 1986, and the details game were sealed off starting October 4th. You're not given a chance to avoid getting sick. In other words, it would be normally absolutely impossible to get into her game board. Then it's for being patronized, and I know that. I know just saying father, mother, and orange and healthy like this, even that alone, is a spectacular miracle. And she tries to stand in the way of her family, attempting to stop them from leaving the airport and heading towards Okinawa. However, it was impossible for it to exist on October 4th, 1986, so she couldn't do it. Even though her brother had only bumped into her and apologized, even though he hadn't really realized she was his own little sister, it made such a miracle that she could cry. Sorry about that sarcasm. I won't waste the miracle you've given me. I'm glad to hear it. Come, let us go with them to Rokujima. All the pieces are already gathered. The curtain will open on the fourth game. By this time, Beto and Battler would already be seated. To Rokujima. To where to where everyone's fate changed. To Rokujima of October 4th, 1986. What happened on that day? I'll expose it. I'll learn what it is. And I'll bring them back. As she stood there with her fist still clenched, she surely turned her face up to the heavens. A single tear dropped in the depths of their eyes, dripped down in the air. And when time started moving again, the two witches' figures were swallowed up by a blowing gale and erased in an instant. Yep, there's that intro again. Is this a different intro this time? This looks a little different, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah, I think this is different this time. I guess it's because it's showing characters that we didn't know about, that we know about now, that we didn't know about to begin with, because I guess it showed an intro on one of the older episodes with characters that weren't even in it yet. Might have been a little bit confusing, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I think this is different. Looks nice. I mean, it would have been a little bit nicer if they, was able to redo the intro for the Steam version. But, whatever. I guess I'll just let this play out then. Let's see. Text soon? Not as soon, maybe. Maybe not. There we go. Good morning, my lady. My, you do appear to be in a good mood. What a pleasant awakening you seem to have had. What do you mean, pleasant awakening? I was so excited I couldn't sleep a wink. After all, the curtain is always having a fun fourth game. Assuming that she truly had been so excited that she hadn't gotten any sleep. Did she know absolutely no signs of lacking sleep because she was young or because she had the mind of a little kid? Well, enough just to say that out loud, and she laughed poo-poo instead. I really meant that, but I looked around last time. I looked at his face when he was like, you tricked me. It was so pathetic. Even so, that guy is still feeling down, you say. Well, that's right, that man's a bit too trusting for his age, isn't he? Indeed, although you could call that his charm, poo-poo. Cackle, ain't that the truth? It ain't the truth. Well, speaking of which, didn't he totally fall for that one last time? He has totally and splendidly violated the purity of one never deceived since the time of his birth, as well as his rosebud-like innocence all to your heart's content. When the joy of dashing across the field covered with the beautiful new snow in a winter morning, and trampling it completely wouldn't even begin to compare. They take Bella Summers and answer her heart quite thrillingly, splendid, atrociously, mercilessly, and unculturedly go just a little too far, and you insulted them to the highest degree, and have to make one uneasy. Most people would be crushed if something like that. So much so that they wouldn't want to see your face ever again. I know that much. I also thought that if he was just too disheartened to join us at the table, even though the fourth game was falling started, and there would be such a pain. So I came to you thinking that'd be better to prepare a countermeasure for that case beforehand. In that case, perhaps it really would be best to prepare a countermeasure. I am sad to say that your north wind and sunshine gave Battler Summer quite a shock. Oh, what shock, you say? How bad of a one? Vito lowered her voice slightly and asked timidly. Rona followed her suit and lowered his voice in the same way. In truth, he has been crouching and clutching at his knees for some time now. I spoke to him several times, but he did not answer. I also brought him some food, but he never even touched it. The thing is troublesome. He really is feeling that down. Cuckoo is only natural. After all, you, though, roughly beat them down, milady. That would make most people start to distrust humans. Oh, distrust of humans? How convenient. Let them give up on humans and just witches. Oh, cough. Sorry, I shouldn't fool around too much. Beata tried to joke about it, but the situation seemed to be quite serious, so that even she took the hint and named her laughter. Is it really that serious? Should we just wait a little longer before the beginning of starting the first game? Lady Birkenstow's guest will be arriving, so it may be best to open the fourth game quickly. However, perhaps you have to show a little concern for Battler's feelings, my lady. Concern? Show concern, you say? How should I do that? He's feeling down, so that's how I should cheer him up. When a person's heart is dark, closed off, interacting with them in a dark manner gains you nothing. Your only option is to shine with the brightness stronger than the dark. Damn it, quit messing around. Yeah, Pelican, over here. That croissant baked by Rona Summer would be wasted on likes of you. Why don't I enjoy it myself? Battler's stomach involuntarily growled up the fragrant smell of the croissant. His breakfast plate was empty, but Battler hadn't eaten any of it. The biggest glutton of the seven sisters of purgatory, Beelzebub, had waited for Rona to leave and had came to snatch her food away. Battler had noticed, and they've been really noisy ever since. Even though Beelzebub only had to give it back immediately or else store it in her own mouth right away, she intentionally ran around in circles making fun of Battler. Give me my breakfast back, damn it. If you don't give it back now, I'll let you off with a single flick on the forehead. But you just try eating it. What are you gonna eat me up instead? Yeah, if you think you can, just try. I'll bet it's sweet as honey pancakes. Yeah. Gotcha, right now I'll eat that bread even more than your thighs. Be a good girl and give it here. Fuki gagagiki, so you resist until the end. No way, I won't give it to you, even though the croissant wants me to eat it. Yeah. Ooh, good morning, Battler. Oh, you're still up so early in the morning? It's the beginning of a new day and a new game, so let's get our spirits up. She flung the door open like a marathon runner drawn on a certain caramel box. Within her heads, held high in an idiotic cheer, and Beato appeared. For some reason, flags from around the world and confetti scattered about, perfectly completing his magnificent entrance. Battler and Beelzebub, who have been fighting over the croissant, have completely forgotten but their argument speechless. Yeah, good morning, Beatrice-sama. I'll just be on my way now. Here, Battler Khan, say, chocolate. Hey, morning, Beato. Good to see you're cheery this morning. Beato and Battler looked at each other. It seemed neither had a clue what was going on with the other. But Battler... what's going on? Oh, now he looks totally fine, doesn't he? He isn't clutching his knees. He is answering what it's like he was even in the middle of eating. No, he was sleeping like a baby in his futon, clutching his knees. I informed him that it was time to wake up, but he just wouldn't rise. I tried to feed him, but it seemed that a naughty cat wanted it and prevented that. Wow, you tricked me. You should talk. Were you the one who played that massive chick last time? I don't have a clue what's going on, but looks like you got what you deserved. By the way, run off nice one. Thank you very much, Battler-sama. The two men stuck their thumbs up. Their thumbs as though they understood each other, chuckling together. For a while, Beato was very energetic, trying to hide her embarrassment. Don't take me so lightly. Did you really think I'd be still hiding in the corner holding my knees? Then who was that person crying their eyes out in frustration last time? We put together your tears in a jar and called it face lotion. Just shut up. That was I was a little surprised for your crappy act. I looked a little lame, but don't think just think the same move will work twice. Of course not. Don't disappoint me by falling for the same move over and over again, okay? Yeah, you watch. I'll show you that I'm the guy who gets stronger every time he's beaten down. But Vito, yes, what? Don't do it again. Oh, why is that? So you really are weak against a rear attack? You and I are enemies, and will certainly never join forces. I don't understand that clearly. So don't you ever try to cheat me about that fact again. You say that by knowing your weakness out. Vito thought they were still joking around, but that tone had disappeared from Battler's expression some time ago. Vito felt as though his eyes were like the surface of black tea that cooled down. You hear me? Don't do it again. I don't get it. I might do it again when you've forgotten, right? Don't do it again. Freezed by a strong and forceful gaze, Vito held her tongue. Maybe she was certain that Battler would break that silence with laughter. However, Battler's serious expression didn't change in the slightest. So to take a break that silence, Vito had no choice but to start laughing herself. Ha ha ha, very well. You and I are worthy upon us, no matter how friendly our relationship would never be anything more than a pair of enemies. If you're not mistaken, that is enough for me. That's right, I almost forgot you were my enemy for a second there. I won't embarrass myself like that again. I won't fall for your attack again. Never again. Ha 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 ha. It seems I'm not the only one who cannot wait for the fourth game. I am pleased, Battler. Come take your seat. Yeah, just how I like it. Clever little tricks won't work anymore. Stop acting so tough, you man, instead of surrender for the last mystery in the previous game, the mystery of not just murder. My answer for that one's still on hold for now, but that doesn't mean that I've lost heart. I'll definitely break your red truth and show that I can deny witches. For a commendable attitude, you are truly a man like a phoenix. You don't betray my expectations. With that, let us raise the curtains on the fourth game. But before that, it seems that we must welcome a new guest. A guest. You remember as well, correct, that mystery girl who appeared at the very end of the last game without any invitation, who we might find. That person. She said she wants to join our game. I said to her an official invitation inviting her to join this match. We're on off summon our guest. There's no need, I'm already here. The voice that answered Vito's call came from the darkness in the corner of the room. Then Battler turned around in surprise. He could now see that mystery girl there. Mama, how rude. All you have to do is greet us as soon as you arrive. I don't make a habit of talking to people before punching them. After a punch is a different story, though. What would you say? Good night, have a nice dream. Haha, how amusing, truly amusing. Vito cackled and clapped her hands, but that was only Vito and nothing more, and nothing to Rose Battler's face except a little bitter smile. Woo, you sure are a fighter. Battler in the girl's eyes as she shrugged, and he shrugged his shoulders as he spoke, but the girl didn't answer, giving only a cold stare in return. You helped me out at the end of the last game, thanks to that. I don't need your gratitude, you were just slacking off. I only told you to open your eyes. Haha, that's so true, stop slacking off, Battler. Haha. Betty tried to laugh so sympathizing with her, but it didn't reach the girl's ears. She did absolutely nothing except stare at Battler with ice cold eyes. Well, it was like someone hates me. I'm just annoyed that you aren't taking this fight seriously. I said I'm not serious about this. Don't tell me that travesty earlier was you being serious. Don't take me for a fool. How long did you intend to play along with the witch's farce like this? I'm fighting Beto in my own way and doing this seriously, of course. Seriously? Don't make me laugh. You keep on drinking tea and chatting with the witch for all eternity and call that fighting seriously. Keep the jokes to your hairdo. Well, that's because I wanted to use this witch's game in the beginning. I wasn't used to it in the beginning. And I've been through a lot of harsh stuff, so I'm starting to see how to fight. I'm getting that knack of doing it. If the pathetic way I've been acting makes it look like I haven't been serious to you, you're just wrong. Is that so? Of course, I know I've got to close in a lot more before I can grab my Beato by the collar. But no matter how long that distance may be, it's still infinite, whatever. And each game that passes, I'm steadily closing that distance step by step. No matter how long it takes, I'll close it on that witch, and I'll definitely checkmate her. It might take 1,000 years to use her phrase, but even so, I'll definitely win sooner or later. Why? Because I'll definitely won't be losing. I definitely won't stop moving forward or closing in on her. In other words, there's just one thing I can say for sure. I definitely went against that witch someday, and that's how it is. You really don't sound like you're in a hurry. Are you even trying to win? Even the infinite would become endless if you shoot it the wrong way. By now, you become an Achilles who could even outstrip a turtle. I get it, so this is why I'm needed at this rate. There's no way you could win against the Endless Switch even after a billion years. Who are you? It's not like you're struck by lightning if you would just tell me your name. At that point, the girl fell silent, gazing straight into Battler's eyes. At first, Battler faltered under the firmness of that look, and his gaze wavered slightly, but then his eyes gradually began to be stuck into the pupils that were staring at him. Inside those eyes, he saw a light that he had seen some time before. Battler was struck by how strongly they resembled the eyes of a girl who definitely couldn't be here, even though it was completely impossible. I know it's stupid, but for some reason it feels true to me. But that can't be right. That person's supposed to be 6 years old. You couldn't possibly be Ange, could you? If I were to say that's right, would you believe me? I'll put it another way. If I say I'm your ally, so you trust me, would you believe it? Would you unconditionally trust some unknown girl you're meeting for the first time just because she looks a little like someone you know? It's because you're such a softie that you got tricked so easily in the last game and cried so bitterly. You said it yourself. That kid is 6, right? Do I look like I'm 6? If I were to claim that I'm the kid despite that, would you just swallow that story? You say it like that, there's no way I can argue back. Sorry, that's right, I'm a softie, and that should have been made clear to me after the last game. Is that what you meant when you said I wasn't being serious? Yes, you may think you're fighting against Wish, but you're just getting along with her implying. You're just playing at fighting in a friendly game of chess. It may be a serious contest for you two, but looking at it from far away, I only see you playing around and following the rules like you're good friends. That's harsh. But as long as you're unable to win this game, you won't be released from this place. That's why I came to bring this game to its conclusion. You claim that you're closing down on the Witch, but you're just like a hamster running around in a wheel. One of those things that run around and around in place night after night. I guess you might think that running around the wheel is endless, but then the Switch Beatrice, it's just like you. He thinks fighting, but it's actually just running around in a wheel while making a fool of himself. This isn't a game. This is nothing more than a cage to shut him up for all eternity. Oh, you're like, am I endless? Something like a wheel that mouse plays in? Interesting. Something that's endless in a certain dimension can be endless in a higher one. The fact that Minger sponges infinite surface around area only matters in a world of less than 3 dimensions. In a 2-dimensional world of reality, it has 0 mass. Not only is it endless, but it doesn't even exist. When in a certain form, and it seems that you're worthy to be called my enemy. Who are you? I am your ally and enemy of witches. Of course, you don't have to believe it. No one can prove that I'm really your ally. On the contrary, it's more desirable that you keep your guard up strongly enough to find me very suspicious. That's right. Last time I done pretty bad. I've got to be at least that careful. I don't plan on getting tricked twice. Pietro laughed in a truly pleased way, which was humiliating only to Battler. People don't just get tricked out of the blue. That only happens when they feel it trickling into themselves and leave it to other people. Saying that you thought the lie had turned green just because you saw other people start crossing doesn't count as an excuse for getting into an accident. Get it? Yeah, I get it. You're telling me not to swallow information given to me about others, but to think for myself. In the past, I swallowed all the magic Pietro showed me. I stopped thinking, so I was useless. Battler grimaced as he remembered his many painful losses. The witch watched and laughed again, putting on her both appearance. I'll offer you advice in a way that works to your advantage. Of course, you shouldn't swallow everything I say, because no one can provide certain proof that I'm your ally. In the last game, Virgilia, who I thought was an ally, who was actually on the witch's side, Battler couldn't rid his head of that eerie smile when by Virgilia, a person he once thought of as trustworthy and reliable. So I don't need you to unconditionally trust me. You might as well take my advice as nothing more than an opinion to be considered. After all, the player who's fighting the game against the witch is you. That's right, saying it out loud because I followed the moves of an outsider would be just too pathetic of an excuse. Oh yes, my opponent is Battler. You're nothing more than the outsider. You should bear that in mind. No, I'm not an outsider with Beatrice, and you showed me a Battler who I gaze down from above. It's almost like a fight in the shape of a triangle. At a glance, it might not look like a united front, but having a united front doesn't necessarily mean fighting together. Oh, what an odd thing to say. Just now, I just got fighting with you as close in the distance, but you can't measure with a single eye. Only with 2 eyes are things visible in 3 dimensions. Only then can distance be judged. And even when you have 2 fields of vision, it's pointless if they're in the same place. You can pin down witches more accurately when they're far apart. Shooting from different positions at different angles, so basically it's a crossfire. Interesting. Or shooting from different positions at different angles, so I won't get along with anybody. That's all. I'll keep my own position separate and catch the witch in a fencer attack. Are you a good this Battler? This girl might actually be an ambush. I stood up right. She might just be saying something plausible to gain your trust, right? maybe she's been saying that over and over again herself, so of course I can't blindly accept her advice. But as to whether she's worth their trust or not, I can think for myself and make a decision. As long as I don't stop thinking for myself, I won't be tricked by anyone again. What confidence you showed me at Battler. After you said so much, it makes me want to trick you all over again. You see, I can't wait to see what kind of face you'll make when you realize you've been duped once more. How pleasant. It looks like you know my name, but I don't know yours. Tell me. For a while, the girl remained silent without changing her expression even once. She looked as though she couldn't decide whether to say her name or not, possibly as though she was deciding on the name she'd say on the spot. Gretel. Ghetto. You are? That's my name, dumbass. Call me Gretel. That should I call myself Hansel? Just kidding. I'm showing me a battler. Call me a battler. Nice to meet you. I hate handshakes. Don't take it personally. I'm really sorry. After all, it isn't certain that you're my ally. You just told me to keep my guard up to you, but I let you back this right hand which you had struck out. His bitter smile disappeared and was replaced with a strong resolve directed at this fourth new game. Battler, think deeply about why you must win against this witch. You can't stop thinking. You mean you can't stop with something abstract like I'll be here because I don't like it. I have a deep conviction that you'll definitely beat the witch and skip in this world. Because there's definitely someone waiting for you to come back for that kid's sake as well. Maybe there was something she wanted to say. Gretel clenched her fist in front of her chest and hung her head in silence, and had lost for words for a short while. I so smushed into that silence and Beato spoke up in a forceful voice. Good, that should be enough of an introduction for Gretel or whoever comes. I don't remember what happened on October 4th. He let the curtain open on the fourth game. At the same time, as though it had been blown by a sudden gust of wind, the clock had been turned back to October 4th, 1986. Started to move. While we remain in the witch's tea room, the blue-gray city and green Rokkenjima spread out beneath us, and we could see a boat heading there. It was wake trailing behind it. The sky was already cloudy, and it seemed that the barrier of the typhoon was soon shut. I was shooting on the island anyway. Oh man, I'm getting tired. Woo. Okay guys, I'm going to take a few minute break and I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Okay guys, I am back. There was a boat docked in the harbor and go to Helting to unload it. Then once all the passengers had disembarked, the boat began to separate from the shoreline. The relatives were gradually swallowed up by the island. Looks like you're as cheery as ever, Mariah. Mariah-chan, you'll trip if you aren't careful. Look out. Ooh, gonna fall, sink. The long mist cuts as I have love dashed across the beach, getting swallowed by the forest path that led to the dimension disappeared. And of course, only Chen could be seen among them too. Damn, hey, it's up right there, Mariah, you nimble little brat. Ooh. Mariah, only Chen who my love started dashed. Mariah, only Chen who my love started dashing, and the only Chen chased out there. They are swallowed up by the forest. Following them, father and mother, who were also swallowed up. The rest of the parents were swallowed up. They were swallowed up, leaving me only behind. Dumbass, how long are you going to choke around and play with the witch in a place like this? Come back quickly, Oni-chan. Don't leave me all alone. And realize how cruel and lonely the world I'm in. Isolated is. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, guys. I'm going to be ending the video here. This is the best time for me to end it. It's getting pretty late anyway. So I will see you guys later.